Hello Bandicoot fans, it's your boy JMac.
And Keith Webb, the web star.
Today we're going to react to a fantastic event that has recently happened in the world of Crash Twinsanity speedrunning. An absolute legend by the name of GPro has smashed through the 10-minute ceiling and got a new world record. We're going to have a look at the run, try and figure out what he did, and see which one of us was to blame for leaving these exploits in. Me and Keith don't think we can do this justice by ourselves, so we've enlisted some help. First off, for you, we've got... It's Matt Lewis! But that's not all. It's Paul Gardner. Bruh. He's only the creative director of Crash Twinsanity. Got my green screen set up, rearrange a few things, and we'll get straight into it.
Let's go. Bing.
Right, so this is called the nut skip. It's one of the greatest discoveries in the world of Twinsanity speedrunning. Like, you're supposed to put the nut in the hole and make the tree grow, but little did we know at the time, there's something better you can do.
But yeah, now the only thing I need to do is I just need to check to see approximately how long I can play the game with.
Oh, here we go. Watch carefully. Hey!
Hell was that?
Right, let's just go back again. Right, what's going on is you get the nut to exactly the right point, and you stand on the nut, and it transports you across the gap. I think what my understanding is, right here is the exact gap between two streaming load zones, right? So at the moment, the nut is in the next load zone. Crash is standing on the nut, having previously been in the old load zone. He stands on the nut. The code that is positioning him on the nut gets confused because it's trying to translate him to a certain point in the next load zone, because that's the load zone the nut is in, and it's actually trying to translate him to a point that's miles and miles in the distance. And so he instantly gets teleported as far forward as possible, and the collision on the mountain stops him there. So that's what's going on. Right. Matt, you worked on the streaming code. Do you think it's your fault?
No, this isn't something to do with loading, although I was also partly responsible for the portal code that joins all the levels together. It does sound physics. Good, because I was just about to take the blame for that.
I think it's got to be Kev. What do you reckon?
Well, the fact that you've got to use a ball makes me think it's physics.
How would someone find this?
Playing the game for thousands of hours, I think is the answer. I have been thinking about this before. I was thinking, who was it who actually placed the nut on the beach? I've talked to Alex, I've talked to Johnny, I haven't talked to Kingsley. I thought it was either one of those guys or me. And because they denied all knowledge, I thought it must be me. But I've been looking back at some old videos.
Yeah, right.
This nut growing into a tree was actually part of that presentation. That,
oh yeah, that's right.
And it worked a little bit differently. So I think it's actually Ian who placed the nut. So
was the nut part of that when we went to Nutsford and did the beach thing?
I can't remember it. I think it was added on later because we changed how the nut works. We changed it so it has the kind of sucking into the hole behaviour that I made in Agony. So I think what happened was we took this old ecology thing that Ian made, put this new behaviour in, and just chucked it on the beach because we had nowhere else to put it in the game. So that made a great time-saving skip possible. So we've skipped the beach path, we skipped the Cortex fight, we skipped Cavern Catastrophe. That's right, so now we're moving on.
Can we just mark that as by design?
Yeah.
I mean, the very fact that we've got this connecting thing that connects back to the beach,
I mean, you do.
It's just completely pointless. There's no reason to go through it. We were just like, we got to have streaming, we got to have revisiting areas.
This is. I was going to say you wouldn't normally see this
So
anyway,
that way
would
I
you?
know
Yeah,
when
it was for
it's switching
backtracking, I
games.
think. You know, yeah, but people probably rarely use it because it wouldn't lead anywhere.
Yeah.
But
So
you
the
can see-
original idea was for
That was an
backtracking. Yeah.
unfortunate,
This is
like,
just he's just doing general get as fast as possible. Like he's doing the
Yeah,
the slide and the jump. It's
yeah.
the quick. But here we go. Like dodgy collision. Not supposed to be able to do that. I think we could blame Dan Tonkin for that. So moving on.
I can talk a little bit
Right, so
about this as well.
this is interesting.
The farm originally, if you just pause it a sec, John.
Yeah.
The farm, and you'll see on the cutscene that Red Eye Studios do, the farm was originally on the ground floor,
Yeah.
on the actual beach, and it was moved up to a higher point to prevent exactly this from happening, because people could go to the farm,
right, yeah.
and push the trees. So even
didn't know
though,
that.
so it's been circumvented anyway, but the original point, that's why the farm in the cutscene, the Red Eye Studios CGI cutscene, appears lower, and some early screenshots, I think it appears lower, and then later on it was moved further up. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, wow.
I didn't know that. Right, here's some more good stuff. Right, watch this. Tikimon fight. Oh, what happened there? He just jumped past the trigger volume that starts the fight. So now he's just going to walk straight past it. I already know exactly who to blame for that. John Everipiotis. Moving on.
Do you think the Tiki God is still deadly, even, you know?
Yeah, because the Tiki God will kill you even after you've defeated him, which would mean that you have to go back and do the entire boss fight again.
Well, that was insane. Yeah.
I'm blaming John Everipiotis for that as well. Cool. Let's move on. So,
you're inside collision in the game.
yeah, our man GPro is explaining stuff as well.
The super slides that only exist on PS2.
Apparently, you can do a glitch with the slide on PS2, but not on Xbox because of how the frame rates are different.
Where's
So-
he going now?
Right, so he's just jumped around the outside of some collision that we put in to stop you doing this. So he skipped all the
Cutscene.
shenanigans inside Cortex's lab,
Yeah, I think that was a cutscene.
going into ice climb.
Yeah.
Right, this
Or
is
he
where
going
things
proper
get
ice
pretty
climb?
freaky.
Now there is an argument.
Obviously, not supposed to be able to get up here. I think we just didn't bother to make collision above that point because we're like,
Movies,
no
yeah.
one's going to get up there.
No.
So anyway, so now he's walking on the outside of a corridor. I didn't even know the collision kind of worked on like the back faces of polygons, but clearly it does.
About like, okay, well you took
Yeah,
a
I
break
think the
playing
normal.
another
I don't
game.
know.
So he's just
done
done
the
it-
right way for the collision to work. I think.
The normals have to be the right way.
I think so. They might have double.
They might have double normaled.
They might have done. Yeah.
Right, we're in the start of the ice climb.
Yeah, right.
Surely he's going to have to go through all of the ice climb. I don't know why he did that, but so he's waiting for a bat to come along. Here it comes.
Oh,
The bat's pushed him back out again.
Yesterday,
I think he might have had to go in there to trigger some sort of state and then get out again and then continue climbing.
Do you think something to do when he slammed on the ice, you know, the
what happened there?
I don't know what's happened here, Matt, but I think he's gone outside one of your portals and it no longer thinks it's in that load zone, but yet somehow the collision is still there.
it did not have.
So he kind of died,
Consistently,
and this happens quite a lot. He's died and it's teleported him to a restart point that he potentially should have been at earlier, but he kind of skipped into the ice climb and has kind of died and then got walked back up here again.
The same amount
Have a look at this security
of
camera.
time as I did when I started the stream.
I think he kind of stood on top of the light beam of the
Right.
security camera, and that helped push him through the wall.
Who put that in there
Oh, I don't know.
with the collision?
So now he's died again, and he's kind of. So this is a trick that enables him to take Cortex into levels that you're not supposed to have Cortex in,
That was
which
almost the best
is what makes a lot of stuff possible later on. Like I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to have Cortex with you now, are you?
No, I think he's
Side, no.
teleporting around at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why it keeps disappearing.
Yeah.
So here he goes. I think he's going to stand on the
So that's the beam. Yeah.
my God,
yeah,
stand on the
there you
beam again.
go.
So, and he's used it to get up even higher.
And he's in the 10th dimension.
Yeah. Is he in the
He's in the 10th dimension
Is he?
now.
Whoa! Wow.
Oh right, so we skipped out freaking everything,
I got it.
pretty much.
So he just did something quite impressive there that I don't quite understand. Maybe we need to. And we're planning to have a video with these guys. They've contacted me and say they want to talk us through some of this stuff. So I think we'll organise a call with them at some point.
This is going to be gigapace.
So at this point, he knows he's doing really well.
Go.
Right, so
Already anti.
he somehow skipped all that crazy stuff that Nick Ho Chi made with all the moving platforms. I've got no idea what just happened, but he somehow managed to get to outside and Agony.
Never mind. Not gigapace, but it's pace.
I just want to say, I began scripting that cutscene we've just seen, and I got dragged off it to go and work on the Agony level, and someone else finished it. And I just want to say that if it was me, I would not have had them watching these guys run off into the distance for ages.
That would have saved extra seconds as well.
Yeah, that would have. Yeah, that would have. The 10-minute mark would have fallen ages ago if it wasn't for that cutscene.
Oh,
Here we go, using the slam to get outside again.
Again, reverse normals. I don't know.
No, maybe you're right. It's just when we were doing other games, I thought the normals were. So maybe this is just we changed the collision code.
So he's just So he's triggered a crate. He's triggered that crate somehow, killed himself, and then he's respawned with Cortex. And now he's got Cortex in this level that he's really not supposed to have.
Yo, Calvin C, thanks for the good luck.
And I think he uses Cortex to do all kinds of crazy stuff.
He's just appeared over there for some reason. Is he just going around shooting?
He's just doing his yeah.
Go away.
But so I remember this. I was like, right, I better make this really high, otherwise someone's just going to be able to jump over it without hitting those light bulbs. So what he does, just jumps straight over it. Same with this one.
Yeah.
I'm like, surely that's high enough. No one's going to get over that, but silly me. Yeah, I think this is just some general fast movement.
Yeah.
Apparently in the Twinsanity speedrunning community, they hate this level because there's very little tricks that they can use to skip it. So as it was me that made this level, I'm slightly chuffed that I made it with such integrity. Thank you. So he's done the checkpoint, killed himself to get Cortex back. Right. And he's just used Cortex, jumped on his head to get up here.
He has got a platform-like head, hasn't he?
He does. Remember, red, green, blue, yellow. Here's what is supposed to be the hardest encounter with ants in the game, 5 at once. And then what happens? We go and put 30 on the second level. Never mind.
Ant RNG at least.
So he's used Cortex to trigger that button through the shield without having to face the ants. Not entirely sure what he did there, but he's gone to get Cortex again. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. And he's just skipped quite a bit of the level there. So he's now climbing up onto the geometry to do these crazy jumps.
Who put that there?
That was me. We've stopped blaming people, haven't we? So this is all JMac's fault.
Time loss. They weren't really preventable, especially because my camera angle was really bad there.
Getting pretty close to the end now.
It's interesting that he's not using those checkpoints.
Yeah.
Thanks for the good luck.
I mean, some of this is just, it's all skill, but some of it is actually just pretty good platforming as well.
Yeah, this is apparently very, very difficult to do.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And here, for some reason, the girders are actually flush with the back walls, so he can't walk behind them. He's got to jump over them,
Right.
which I think is a bit of shoddy JMac level building.
Ooh, come on, game. One, 2, 3.
I don't know what he's done there. He's to get past. Using the obstacles to skip.
That's right, it's late.
And then that enables him to restart at this checkpoint crate further on.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think he's getting quite confident at this point that it's a good run.
Good run.
Giga pace.
That was weird. This bit's quite fun. You can spin the balls underneath the thing, and then it kind of it gets pulled into the radius. So I did actually know about that one, but I thought it was kind of cool. So why bother fixing it?
Yeah, looks good.
Right. So now he's got on top of. He's skipping that absolute Bobbins Spyro cutscene. I'm not saying the animation's bad. I just no one ever explained why Spyro suddenly turns up in the game, and I've never been okay with it. But anyway, moving on. This corridor, you get down this corridor too quickly, the game will crash because it hasn't loaded the next load zone in yet. So John Everpiotis kept coming back to me and saying, "Can you make the corridor a bit longer, please? We still need to. We need to make it longer." So we kept on having to make this corridor longer and longer and longer to prevent the game from crashing. And here we see he's managed to skip most of it.
This is it. This is it.
Right, I don't really know what's going on
This is it.
in here. You've got to.
This is it, guys.
There's a technique for getting the bosses killed as quickly as possible, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
This is the only boss I think he's had to fight, isn't it?
Yeah, he skipped all the others.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's just going to have to fight it kind of quickly.
I think at this point it is mainly just gameplay skill.
There's still things that could go wrong.
I'm not sure if there's any.
Glitch exploitation.
Actually, no, there is, because he's been bringing Cortex with him, there's a chance that the game could crash, I think, when it comes to Cortex's turn to fight it. So he gets to a point where he doesn't actually know if it's going to be a good run or if it's going to randomly crash.
Right.
And luckily, it doesn't crash.
Okay. Come on. Come on, Dust.
And I think now it's just blasting as quickly as possible.
How interesting he's staying really close. I guess the...
Not something we considered, obviously.
No. Like, his arms are so goddamn big, he can't shoot anything beneath him.
So I think he did something not quite ideal there. So the time could get even better.
Wait, this might still be it. This might still be it. Rage.
So Crash in the Mecha Bandicoot. I think he gets really close up and he can just fire directly through the shield. Why didn't we think of that?
Yeah, that did seem a lot easier.
So he did it in 9 minutes 57, and that is the new world record, the second world record he got during the same day, and the first time under 10 minutes. So
That was pretty good. Yeah,
round of applause. And Paul, you might find the next bit. He acts out the ending cutscene.
You know, Crash, for all these years I've been wrong about you. Your existence was a mistake, and your creation has been a constant reminder of that mistake.
He's obviously seen this so many times, burnt into his memory. I think he's possibly as good at doing Cortex as Dan Tonkin, lead artist, was.
But I've learned something from all of this. I've learned that you can't run away from your mistakes, but you can bury them.
Was this your
I
dialogue?
never want to see your ridiculous face again.
I stuttered on that, but whatever.
I think you did all right, mate.
That was the,
Yeah, that's the only bit of Nina dialogue. Bit of beatboxing.
Where am I?
Oh, we get
What
to
is
dance.
this?
Let's end it with the dance, and I think, Paul, you're going to do the dance for us, aren't you?
At some point.
We'll cut it in.
Oh, how I hate bandicoots.
And
Well, I don't know about you guys. I don't know what is more impressive, the amazing skill and dedication on display or the absolute glitchy mess that is Crash Twinsanity.
Why not both?
Why not both? I mean, for 20 years, I felt a little bit bad about how many flaws there were in the game, but now I think a thing of beauty has emerged from it, and I don't feel so bad anymore.
Adds to the charm.
So thank you very much, Mr. GPro. I've been talking to some speedrunning guys on email, so I think perhaps we might do a kind of stream with them at some point so they can explain exactly what's been going on in that video, explain all the tricks that we didn't even spot during the playthrough just now. And yeah, so thanks for watching. There's just one more thing to say, and that is,
don't forget to
Crash
Crash that like button.
crash that like button.
Crash that like button.